Another morning of steel and salt, where breath counts minutes borrowed from fate. The sea keeps her secrets, yet hints them cruelly to sleepless watchers. Machines pray in needle quivers, and we answer with measured, faithful listening. We count our days in chalk and luck, not in calendars or mercy. Gentle with killers, boys. Even death prefers a careful midwife's touch. Hunger is honest. It divides us fairly when glory never bothers. Messages arrive like storms, then pass, leaving wet footprints across the heart. The deep speaks softly of strangers. Our pencil translates it into decisions. A few degrees decide histories. Turn gently, for lives hinge on inches. Above, the wind judges us simply. Below, guilt collects in They're bred for wolves and widows both, depending on which hands win. Between button and consequence, a heartbeat stumbles, then learns new cadence. We send our arguments forward, and the ocean will decide fairly. A single sound rearranges futures, scattering dinners, letters, and cradle songs. Victory tastes of diesel and ash. We swallow both without celebration. Hide in pressure's arms, brothers. Today, judgment hunts with polished eyes. Listen, the sky throws stones. Even water forgets how to be gentle. Every bolt remembers the shipyard and wonders if homes still stand. Hold the heartbeat steady. Fear is just pressure without a gauge. Sleep here is borrowed, interest charged in nightmares and sudden bells. Paper smells like kitchens and soap, the opposite of this iron womb. We hold small summers in our palms, warming winters of machinery. Lines on paper become corridors through which our fates must walk. The weather conspires kindly, then betrays when duty asks too loudly. Warmth travels bowl to bowl, stitching frayed tempers with ordinary kindness. Our breath depends on cages of lightning. Treat them like temperamental saints. Words restrain chaos briefly, harnessing storms to narrow margins. The sea writes in sparks at night, and we read like thieves. Listen harder. Distant bees carry stingers dipped in philosophy of endings. Some silences shout their news. The sky confesses with a tremble. We drop into darkness, as into prayer, hoping pressure absolves our trespass. Above us, a choice opens, and someone else must close it. The surface argues violently. We counter with stubborn, breathless arithmetic. Hold together, old friend. Your spine carries our frightened promises. Metal hearts hear metal hearts. None wish to meet too closely. We patch the sea out, stitch by stitch, with mortal thread. Command is only slowed panic, shaped into useful human sentences. Power is courage's cousin. When it wanes, we pretend more loudly. Between pressure and air, a second blooms that feels like rebirth. Freedom smells like salt and danger, indistinguishable to tired skin. Danger loves backlight. It arrives handsomely dressed in brightness. We write our names upward in fire, asking clouds to remember kindly. The horizon sharpens into decision. No more rehearsal, only truth. A single blow rearranges friendships, turning names into urgent prayers. Close it now, pity later. Air must belong to the living. When sight abandons us, we navigate by memory and stubborn ritual. We invent hospitals from rags, and hope is the anesthetic. Even pride will ask for help when lungs taste chemical thunder. Invisible knives explore our throats, demanding payment in coughing coins. We choose water over poison, a mercy measured in cold seconds. Jump with me, brothers. The sea is cruel but honest in judgment. Color returns to the world when uniforms meet in different sunlight. Compassion can orbit destruction, both held in trembling equilibrium. Our home goes down bearing our laughter, arguments, and unfinished letters. Hold tight. Names matter more than ranks when water chooses. If I owe the sea, I'll pay with strength borrowed from love. Help wears many uniforms. Today, it might carry a different flag. Rooms, forget our names quickly. Water catalogues without sentiment or haste. If any god hears, let him be fluent in salt and diesel. Come, climb what hope permits. We will answer later for everything. Wait is proof of life. Feel it and be grateful, not ashamed. Pain finally tells the truth, and truth asks only endurance. Now. An address disappears, leaving residents homeless within their own ribs. Mercy and mission shake hands briefly, then walk separate, necessary roads. Warmth returns noiselessly, a quiet guest that refuses to boast. We trade fragments of ourselves to purchase extra minutes for others. Authority ends where saltwater begins. Hats learn humility faster than men. Enemies share the same shiver, and shivering forgives many instructions. The sea writes epitaphs in sheen, legible only to gulls and ghosts. Return, stubborn drum. There is still listening left for you. We pin lost to numbers, pretending arithmetic is gentler than memory. Ink unravels into salt. Sentences drown before they finish speaking. Even time surrenders, occasionally out-argued by explosions and water. New tenants arrive politely, nibbling the edges of yesterday's purpose. Day's verdict softens in color, though sentences remain fully served. Faith improvises tools when factories cannot ship their comforts. Shared heat forgives accents, ranks, and histories for a fragile hour. Language of light wastes no words. Grief understands it perfectly. Vision returns carefully, unwilling to promise more than outlines. Name the gone softly. The sea already knows their full stories. We proceed through aftermath, like surgeons, careful not to reopen wounds. Absence is loud furniture. We stub our hearts against it. Sleep bargains poorly with memory. Both demand payment in breath. Even scavengers take their time after nights that taste of iron. Alive, we measure trust in vibrations, not speeches or medals. Some places deserve a ring, so ships remember to lower voices. Touch proves existence when language trips. Heat translates for shattered tongues. Economy of words protects hearts that must continue their arithmetic. How calmly the world forgives what it will not admit remembering. Peace tastes thin but kind. We sip it before duty interrupts again. Erase what you can. The rest must live inside our silence. Leadership persists after command. Counting costs no ledger dares total. We rebuild ourselves with introductions, brick by fragile brick. Paper becomes a roof for dreams when ceilings feel uncertain. Direction is sometimes only brightness, and that must suffice today. Places forget fast, people forget slowly, steel forgets not at all. Thrones drift everywhere. Kingship is temporary, like storms and uniforms. Weather repairs the sky while we attempt repairing ourselves below. I will carry their names ashore, lighter than bodies, heavier than breath. The sea remembers everything, the courage, the fear, the fire, and carries us gently onward.